Zero. That's how many minivans earned the IIHS Top Safety Pick Award for 2026. Not one Sienna, not one Pacifica, not one Carnival, not one Odyssey. The vehicles literally marketed to families, sliding doors, third row, minivan on the badge. Those are the ones the IIHS just flagged for failing rear seat passengers. That's your kids in the back where you put them because someone told you it was safer. So today we are auditing the entire 2026 family car market. Minivans, 3-row SUVs, EVs, the whole thing. Because there is a massive gap right now between what dealerships are selling families and what's actually safe. This is the 2026 family car audit. Look, buying the wrong family car isn't a $5,000 mistake. It's a $50,000 mistake. And it doesn't hit you all at once. Because that would be honest. It comes quietly. Fuel, tires, insurance, depreciation, a windshield replacement that used to cost $300 now costs $1,500 because there is a sensor in it that has to be recalibrated. Software updates that break features you paid for. And the biggest ones, the one nobody calculates, more vehicles than your family actually needs because a salesperson made you feel small in a sedan. So we are not doing vibes today. No brochure language, no commanding road presence, no premium feel, none of that. 3 categories, 3 winners, and 1 pick at the end that most parents do not want to hear. But it's probably the right answer for a lot of you watching. Let's get into it. Chapter 2, the minivan problem. Here's the thing about minivans. On paper, nothing else even competes for a family duty. Sliding doors, low floor, a third row that fits actual humans, not just kids under 5 foot. Cargo space that embraces every 3-row SUVs in this price range. If you are picking a tool for the job, moving a family, the minivan is the right tool. But the IIHS just changed the rules on what family safe actually means. For 2026, IIHS made rear seat protection a hard requirement for both Safety Pick and the higher Top Safety Pick Plus. They added a new vehicle-to-vehicle front crash prevention test at 31, 37, and 43 miles per hour. They tightened pedestrian crash prevention. Total 63 vehicles qualified, up from 48 last year. 0 of them are minivans. IIHS President David Harkey said it directly. Minivans continues to struggle to protect rear seat passengers, and parents may want to consider sedans and SUVs that earn awards instead. This is real, not performative outrage. That's not a marketing failure. That's an engineering failure in a category that exists specifically to carry families, and it's not new. IIHS flagged minivan rear seat performance years ago. The automaker had time. They didn't act on it. So does that mean don't buy a minivan? No. It means buy the right one and audit it like a financial decision instead of an emotional one. If I'm picking a minivan for a real family, the Sienna is still where I land. Not because it won an IIHS award, it didn't, because it's hybrid only, available with all-wheel drive. And Toyota hybrid system has a 25-year reliability track record that nothing else in this category can match. Toyota leads the 26 Sienna at 240 horsepower with EPA estimated 36 miles per gallon combined on a front-wheel drive and 35 miles per gallon combined on all-wheel drive. The Sienna isn't trying to win a drag race. It's trying to survive 10 years of school runs without bleeding you financially. Boring powertrain, boring transmission, boring brakes, and boring in family car ownership is what wins. The other piece, and this matters in winter regions, Sienna offers all-wheel drive. Doesn't make you invincible. Snow tires still matter more than any drivetrain. But for slush, ice, and the school parking lot, at 7 in the morning in February. All-wheel drive plus hybrid efficiency is one of the strongest formulas in this segment. The Carnival Hybrid is the emotional argument against the Sienna. Look at this cabin. Two 12.3-inch screen housed in a single curved display. Second row lounge seats that recline like a business class flight. Materials that feels a category above what Toyota's offering. If your family lives in their vehicle, and a lot of families do, that interior matters. Sienna for the smarter mechanical bed, Carnival Hybrid for the cabin. And whichever you pick, IIHS just told you, neither is the safest category for your kids. Don't let a salesperson talk you out of talking that seriously. Chapter 3. The SUV trap. This is where families get financially trapped. The 3-row SUV promises everything. SUV image, third row seating, all-wheel drive, safety tech, cargo, road trip comfort, and a feeling of capability. The last word, capability, is the audit question. Are you actually buying capability or are you buying the feeling of capability? Because those are very different vehicles and they are priced very differently. The Grand Highlander Hybrid attacks the cost nobody calculates at the dealership. Toyota lists the standard hybrid at 36 miles per gallon combined on front-wheel drive, 34 with all-wheel drive. Hybrid Max drops to 27 combined. Take the standard hybrid, not the Max. And I know what some of you are thinking. But the Max is faster. Yes, it is. And the speed is not the audit priority for a family vehicle. Cost per mile is. A gas-only 3-row SUV pumps fuel doing nothing. A hybrid turns that most expensive part of family driving into its strongest use case. That's not a small saving over 5 years. That's a vacation. The Palisade is the luxury without the badge play. Big screens, soft materials, comfortable seats. It looks like a $70,000 vehicle at 55. That's why families love it. And honestly, the part is real. Hyundai is delivering content above its price point. But Auto Audit Rule 1, more feature means more failure points. This is real money on the 2026 Palisade had a real world problem. There was a stop sale on the vehicle connected to power-operated second and third row seats after a fatal incident. Hyundai resumed sales after a software fix. But if you are buying one, you have to audit the exact build date and recall status. Not the badge, not the screen. The actual win. The Telluride is genuinely one of the most comfortable family SUV you can buy. Previously, safety data was strong. IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus in recent years, 5-star NHTSA, but the Telluride has a recall history that matters. A major recall affected nearly 463,000 2020 to 2024 Tellurides over a fire risk in the front seat motor. Owners were told to park outside until the fix was applied. This is the difference between a review and an audit. A review tells you this is nice. An audit asks, what is this going to cost you in year 4, year 6, year 8? If you are a safety first person, this is where it gets interesting. Mazda quietly took the crown into the 2026 IIHS Awards. They earned more Top Safety Pick Plus awards than any other automaker. The CX-90 made the list. So did the CX-90 PHEV, the CX-70 PHEV, and the CX-50. That's not a marketing campaign. That's a brand engineering rear seat protection, harder than its competitors right now. Subaru changed the rear seat belts in 2026 Forester, specifically to improve rear occupant safety in IIHS Update Moderate Overlap Front Crash Test. They redesigned the belt geometry to pass a rear seat crash test. That is the kind of engineering decision parents should care about. Not blacked out wheels, not sports appearance package, not a panoramic roof. Belt geometry, that is a family car engineering. Chapter 4. The EV question. For the right household, an EV isn't a political statement. It's an operating cost weapon. But the right household is doing a lot of work in that sentence. Let me explain what that actually is. If you can charge at home, meaning you have a driveway or a garage with an outlet and your daily driving is under 150 miles, an EV is going to dramatically reduce your operating costs. Fuel goes away, brickware goes way down because of regen. Oil changes go away. If you can't charge at home or you regularly tow or you drive long distance every week, An EV is going to add friction to your life, not subtract from it. Be honest about which household you actually are. The Model Y is still the default family SUV, not because the car itself is the best. There are better built EVs now, but because the ecosystem still wins. The trade-off is the cabin. Almost everything is screen-based. No CarPlay, no Android Auto. If your spouse hates touch controls, the Model Y is a daily friction tax. That's a real thing. Test drive it before you buy it. The Ioniq 5 wins on charging architecture. Hyundai says it can charge from approximately 10 to 80% in about 18 minutes on a 350 kilowatt 800 volt DC ultra fast charger. That changes the road trip behavior. A slow charging EV is a negotiation with your kids. A fast charging EV is a bathroom break. The Ioniq 5 also earned the 2026 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. The Model Y did not. The Gravity is the moonshot. 3 rows, EPA estimated up to 450 miles of range on the Grand Touring. This is not the rational budget pick. This is the EV for the family that wants performance, space and range without buying a gas luxury SUV that costs as much to maintain. But none of these are the answer. If you can't charge at home, I have to keep saying that because dealerships will not. Chapter 5, the verdict. Alright, here are the winners, not based overall in some vague brochure sense, based by actual family need, based on what we just walked through. Winner 1, based for long-term cost, Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid. If you need 3 rows, this is the Audit pick, standard hybrid, not the max. The fuel saving aren't exciting at the dealership. They are exciting 5 years later, when your neighbor with the gas SUV is wondering where his money went. If you can emotionally accept a minivan, and IIHS just gave you a real reason to think hard about that. Winner 2, based for safety first parents, Mazda CX-90. Mazda earned more 2026 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than any other brand. The CX-90 is one that lists. It feels premium without being a German luxury service bill nightmare, and I don't think it's close. If you want the traditional luxury safety play, Volvo XC90, it costs more to maintain. It pays you back in cabin and reputation, but you have to be willing to pay the maintenance premium honestly, not pretend it doesn't exist at the signing table. Winner 3, and this is the open loop I planted it into intro. Here's what dealerships do not want family to hear. Not every family needs a 3-row SUV. If you have 1 or 2 kids, be honest with yourself. You might not need a $60,000 vehicle at all. You might need a good sedan. The Honda Accord is a 2026 IIHS Top Safety Pick. Lower center of gravity, which actually matters in evasive maneuvers. Better fuel economy, lower tire costs, lower insurance premium, easier parking, and no image tax. The market spent 20 years convincing parents they need an SUV. The audit says for a lot of you watching, what you actually need is a good sedan and the financial discipline to keep what you save. 0. That's where this video started. 0 minivans on the 2026 IIHS Top Safety Pick list. But honestly, the number that should bother you isn't 0. It's a $50,000 family lose buying the wrong vehicle for the wrong reasons. The salesperson is going to ask you, what payment are you comfortable with? That is the wrong question. Here are the right ones. How many seats do I actually use? How often do I use the 3rd row? Do I need an all-wheel drive or do I need a winter tires? Is the safety of the back seat more important to me than the cargo of a minivan? Did I pick this vehicle or did marketing pick it for me? That is the audit. The dealership is trying to sell you the vehicle. We are here to audit it. Subscribe if this was helpful. Thank you.